Right, so I know I haven't talked about it much, and it's been like a month since they came out. But we're gonna be talking about BDSP. I'm sure you've seen I've used a lot of gameplay from this game for my discussions and stuff recently. But I love this gen of Pokemon, right? And so this is like this is where my favorite game came from, Pokemon Platinum, right? So obviously I'm gonna have to talk about this, but I just wanted to take my time and finish the game. I did try to do a let's play with a stream and stuff, but that just didn't work out. It takes up way too much time, and I just don't have the time or ability to do that right now. So I just put the gameplay in the background and stuff. I'm really enjoying that now, I must say. And just playing through. I just beat Cynthia there recently. It literally took me over a month. I took it real nice and slow and played it when I got the chance and just kind of enjoyed it, you know. I haven't done that with a game in a while. I don't really finish many games because of how long they tend to be. But I just took my time and said I'd talk about it when I want to talk about it. So I finished it now, and I'm just going to give my general thoughts. I have more specific discussions I want to have later, but I do want to just give my general thoughts on this game itself and the remake quality and stuff like that before I talk more specifically about different things in future discussions. Let's begin with just the basic gameplay of the series, right? Obviously it hasn't changed much, although there are, like, the UI is really clean compared to the original game, and it looks quite clean. They tried to keep the same sort of aesthetic, but yeah, the interface is very clean, very good. It emulates the style of the original game, which I think is very good. Now I know this couldn't technically be called gameplay, but I just wanted to get that out of the way real quick before I talk about the actual gameplay. As I said, the gameplay is very similar to the original game. The only major differences are 2 contests and then friendship bits and bobs, which we'll get into now, which I must say, I think it's a feature, right? Particularly with the friendship type. It's easy to get rid of with herbs and stuff, but I think it should be just something you can turn off, like in the settings. Like you can turn it from set to switch or whatever. Like, it's something you should just be able to turn off. So basically what happens is, if you basically use a Pokemon for a decent amount of time and you're following Pokemon and stuff like that, if you take, like, let's say a status element or an all hit attack, right? You'll get knocked out in one go. You may survive on 1 HP, or they may, you know, through pure guts, basically get rid of the status effect just to please you, and they may dodge a miscellaneous attack here or there. But that does take away a bit of the challenge, so I understand why some people don't like it. Now, I personally didn't turn it off or didn't use the herbs or whatever. I know my mate did, to be fair to him. I didn't, because personally, I wanted to enjoy the game. I didn't want to go into many deep I just wanted to enjoy the game, right? I didn't care too much if I was surviving a hit here or there. But I do think that is an element of the game, which I do like, because it's like, you know, for younger audiences, it's like, oh, I'm actually, like, the time I spend with my Pokemon actually makes a difference to me in battle. Which is good for younger audiences, because beforehand it used to be entirely imagination. But it is something that I feel like for more veteran players, it would be great to have to turn off, or like, it's good to have, because players like me who have played them since Gen 4 still might not be bothered to turn it off. But, like, it is good to have it there to be turned off for people who want it to be. But it's also good to have it so that younger audiences can feel connected to their Pokemon, or lazy bastards like me can just get through the game a bit easier. So, you know, it is a good feature. I just feel like there could be a lot done to it to make it a lot better. Now, it's been kind of escalating slightly throughout the game. Another thing I didn't mention when I was doing my slight overview was the permanent EXP share, which meant that I had to have multiple teams in this playthrough, otherwise I would have been too overleveled. That is something I did do. I had about 12 Pokemon on my, rotating out my team by the end of the game. And I was still a decent level for the Elite Four. Now, it did take me a couple tries, but that's how the original game went. Funnily enough, doing this made it play like the original game in challenge-wise when it came to the Elite Four. I got stuck on Bertha again. Every time I play this game, Bertha always kicks my ass because I never make a team to beat her. I always make a team to beat just the team the way I want it to be, and it never tends to be full of grass types, because I'm not a big grass type fan, and she starts out with a Quagsire and a Wishcash? Yeah, Wishcash. So she kicks my ass immediately. Boy, what can you do? But yeah, I had to do multiple teams. Now I will say I'm planning to do that from now on with Pokemon games. That was very fun. Just to kind of change it out every now and then, not keep the same team. Gave a bit of variety. I really enjoyed that personally about this game. It encouraged variety through the permanent XP share, but also it should have been it. As I'm gonna say multiple times, Pokemon is such like, it's the type of game where it's like, if you like it, you like it, right? It's kind of like, how do I describe? I described it this way to my friends, right, and they disagreed. But I personally believe Pokemon is the same kind of game as FIFA, right? In terms of, it is the same game. Like, the mechanics are going to be the same on a fundamental level every single time you play a game. Besides Arceus onwards, probably. But up until Arceus came out, it was the exact same every single time. But if you like this gameplay specifically, right? Obviously the stories were different each time and different things like that. Pokemon were different. You knew what you were getting into. So I feel like a degree of customization is needed for these Pokemon games now, because there's so many different people in this fandom right now. So many different things people want to get out of this game, that a bit of customization to make it harder or make different changes would be great. Like, loads of people I know playing in Nuzlocke exclusively now, which is something you can do on your own, but it would be nice if you had a feature to automatically have like Nuzlocke mode or something like that. Or even one thing I didn't like about this game was I like to do Wonder Locks with my mates, and there wasn't a Wonder Trade feature at launch. I don't know if there will be. If there ever comes a Wonder Trade feature, you know I'm gonna love this game even more. But like, there's so many different things people may want. They may want no XP share. They may want the EXP share. You know, I don't think a difficulty setting is ever going to happen, but customization to certain mechanics would be good. Specifically things that were originally customizable to begin with, such as the EXP share used to be able to turn off and stuff like that. That's something I agree with, although I also agree with the idea of having it for every team member if you do have it on, because let's be real, grinding in RPGs is not the best in the world, and it kind of ruins the experience a wee bit, especially for people who don't have a lot of time, because I feel like when you talk about this for a living and you make videos on it for a living, you don't understand that like tons and tons of people only have about an hour a day, or even an hour a week to play video games. You know what I mean? Maybe even less. It depends on your situation, you know? And so eliminating grinding makes it so they can experience a lot more of the game than they could have if they had to grind, you know? And they may have just dropped the game if they did. So I do appreciate that feature, but it would be nice to have the option to turn it off for players who don't want that kind of easiness, you know what I mean? Because Pokemon needs to be a very customizable game at this point because of the variety of the fan base. It's the goddamn biggest gaming franchise in the world right now, you know? I think it's the biggest media franchise of all time, you know? And to me, that, you know, the variety of people who like this series is going to be a lot. And there was a load of things. Obviously the kids franchise, primarily, that's where their target audience is. But now, as they know themselves now, because they conducted a survey a couple of years ago, the vast majority of their audience is over 20. So, you know, they are trying to adapt slowly, but it's just, you know, when you're in your 20s, or even when you're over, like, even if you're over like 13 even, because my brother is 10 times better at video games than I am, and he's like, with such a large age range in your audience, customization to certain difficulty features would be handy. Not necessarily a difficulty slider, because games have shown without a difficulty slider you can still make it difficult. Just add like a Nuzlocke mode, or a turning off the XP share, or hell, even a limit to how many Pokemon you can catch. Like if you're like, I can only catch a certain amount of Pokemon per game file until post game, like that would be a cool new feature or something like that. But it's really, the game's gameplay is very good. I know I'm talking a lot about different things that you could add into the game because I just ramble, okay? That's how it goes with this type of thing. But it's just really, it was a really good game. I really enjoyed it. Gameplay was the same, mostly. I do want to say one thing. I'll go into deeper discussion about it on a later date. But they fixed the coloring issue. Finally. Oh, I was so happy about this. And this is a small thing that I have noticed. Colors are a lot more dried out in the 3D era, right? They're a lot more diluted. But they finally fixed it. Oh my god, Pokemon with orange actually look orange and not a fucking weird yellow color. Charizard has been completely disgraced in the 3D era up until this point, and I haven't seen him in the 3D era yet, but I've seen other Pokemon with the same color scheme, so I hope BDSP has helped Charizard as well. But all the Pokemon have their 2D colors again. They're 2D colors. Oh, and it's not dried out, it's actually the proper coloration, and I love it. I adore it. I'm so happy. The reds look like proper reds. The yellows look like proper yellows. The greens look like proper greens. It's fantastic. This is probably one of my favorite parts about this game, right? But I just love it, and I will go over it more in detail some other time. But there was a lot to say in that particular aspect of the game. I really enjoyed that. If you were watching my stream, you would have heard that. But it was just something to point out, you know. And of course, I don't really feel like this is anything need mentioning, because a lot of people have come to understand this in recent years, and especially, you know, people who've been around for a while, that Pokemon's music never misses, alright? And this is a remake of one of the best soundtracks to me personally in the entire franchise, so it never missed. And they remixed everything. They didn't change the soundtrack, they remixed 99% of the songs, so they still sound like absolute bangers. Dun 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 dun. That's the only one I am capable of humming, or whatever that is. So that's the Jubilife theme song. But there are much better themes. I really enjoyed the Cynthia theme, obviously everyone fucking does. It was fantastic. The Gym Leader theme was amazing. All the individual route themes were fantastic. All the cities had different themes and they were lovely. I enjoyed every single one of them. Cyrus's theme, I loved. The music is fantastic in this game. Unfortunately, you know, I can't play anything for copyright reasons besides that little rendition you got from my mouth. Thank you very much. My own official cover. You can buy it now at Spotify.com. No. But I loved it though. I did love the music in this game. And if you haven't known already, this was my very first Pokemon game, so this holds a lot of nostalgia for me. I love this game. I really do. And the remake was fantastic. It gave me everything I wanted. You know, it was very faithful. Now, I will say there wasn't a lot of platinum stuff, but the vast majority of the game was still the same. You know, we still got most of it. I'm not really too upset about that, like, because we're getting Arceus, man. Everyone, like, who's saying, like, oh, it's too faithful, man. It's not. No, it didn't really innovate. It's not like Oras. Bro, Oras was his only game for the remake. We're getting 2 Sinnoh remake games. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting a brand new Pokemon game set in the Sinnoh region, which is going to be that Gen 8 remake, in a sense, a regional remake that we're getting. And it looks amazing. They're trying to innovate the franchise, to what I was exactly saying earlier about trying to appeal to all their audiences. And it's great. You know, it's fantastic to see. And we're getting, like, Gen 4 getting this treatment. Man, it hurts my heart. It's so good. It hurts my heart. I love it. So this game did everything I wanted it to do. Gave me Diamond and Pearl on Switch. You know what I mean? And that says a lot. I love it. But now, let's move on to the art style, which is the main talking point of this kind of whole discussion. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I'm in the camp where I fucking love it, baby. I love this art style, alright? I love it. I know some people say it's a bit rough around the edges, and I do understand with the expressions and stuff. Oh, I only had a problem with Mars specifically. Everyone else was fine. It was just Mars I didn't like too much, her model. But everyone else kind of worked for me. I enjoyed that. But I will say, yeah, okay, could be a bit more expressions, but you could say that for all of 3D Pokemon. So it's really an ongoing complaint. It's not specific to the Chibi era. I thought it was really cool. having the game reconstructed in 3D in a chibi style. I thought that worked, and they still gave you the ability to see what their proper models would look like in battle with the characters having models and stuff like that. So that was amazing, fantastic, I loved it. Chibi Voltner is great, Chibi Cynthia is great, Chibi Flint is great, and Chibi Cyrus is terrifying. So, you know, we got what we wanted. I loved it. I just loved it, man. It was so perfect for me. It was exactly what you wanted from a remake. You know, it didn't change too much, and it made a bit of quality of life improvements, like the HMs and stuff. And the chibi style was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I feel like my mate Bob Duncan, who I should have had videos out with him, but there's some issues going on with whenever I try to open that file, so I'm gonna have to redo it. So that will be later on. But you'll know about him later. You'll know about him later on when I have the videos up. But he's a Gen 5 guy, right? Bob Duncan's a Gen 5 guy, so he would love it in this style. And I feel like the chibi style would work very well for Gen 5. So, you know, we might be getting that whenever that happens. But for me, the Gen 4 chibi, I loved it. Okay, I actually really liked it. Now, the big question, which I'll talk about some other time, is which chibi style worked better? The Gen 6 chibi style or the Gen 8 chibi style? So I will, that's an entirely separate discussion, we'll talk about some other time. But yeah, that's my opinion on the art style. I loved it, okay? And we got to change our clothes a wee bit sometimes, so that was cool. It was a minor customization, which was a cool change. But it worked, it did the job fine. I will say, and this is my serious 100% game breaking complaint. Where's that ginger protagonist? Like, come on. You get the colors wrong every time, right? So basically, Gen 6 was the only time you had a decent ginger color hair, and even that was too ginger for me. Bro, like, okay, Gen 7, it was pure red. Like, no ginger, it was just pure red and a bit of, like, carrot top hair, right? Like, not a mix, there's not, like, a dark ginger. No, it's just either pure carrot top or pure crimson red. And they just threw it out for Gen 8. They just said, no, you know what, we'll do crimson red only. And now what do we got? Now we don't even get an option for ginger. Like, are you trying to make me cry? Like, come on, what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Alright, I wouldn't get an acting job, but like, seriously. Oh man, that was like my biggest disappointment. I was like, come on, where's the ginger hair, man? Fantastic. Fantastic game, fantastic art style, everything about it. I loved it. Loved it. Now, one thing I did want to point out, which I probably should have talked about when I was talking about the gameplay, but my brain just isn't working today, so we didn't do that. The battle backgrounds in this game? Yo, so clean. So clean. Oh my god. I've never seen Pokemon backgrounds look this good in battle. Like, oh my god. Like, they looked really good. Really good. And there was a big complaint in Gen 8 Sword and Shield about the backgrounds looking plain and kind of going into white backgrounds, and it just wasn't nice. But Ilka really took it up a notch with the new games, and they were like, let's go, let's make awesome backgrounds. Oh, they all look so clean, and with the color contrast fixed for this game, it just looked even better. I just really enjoyed this, man. And the Grand Underground, fantastic battlegrounds in the Grand Underground. And actually, that is another thing we have to speak on, which is the Grand Underground itself. Yeah, okay, we got a bit of wild area type stuff in that, and I really enjoyed the Grand Underground. It provides a lot of possibilities just for extra bits you can do, extra bits of fun, some casual gameplay that you can do that's a little more relaxing, that you can just do while you're watching TV or something nice and relaxing you can do to help fill out the Pokédex and stuff. I really enjoyed that, and then you can do it with co-op, although I haven't, so you know, I'm not really going to say that because I haven't done it with co-op, but it has been really fun to play and get the fossils and get more Pokemon, and that's how I got most of my team, to be honest, other than the Sinnoh Pokemon on my squad. So, you know, it was a really incredible feature to have, not to mention the fantastic backgrounds in the Underground. That waterfall background, chef's kiss. Chef's fucking kiss, my man. Oh, I loved it. I just, oh, it was great. And then the galactic background, although it's space themed, and I do enjoy that. I think it would have been cooler if we kept it just for Cyrus, but the background itself, still chef's kiss. Loved it, loved it, loved it. There was, oh man, I'm just gonna be gushing about this game. I don't think you realize how nostalgic I am for this game, right? Because this is my childhood, man. If it wasn't for a certain situation, I would have played this in the exact same position I was in when I originally played the original game. I would have been in hospital playing this game like I did when I was playing Platinum for the first time. So it would have been an amazing parallel, but unfortunately because of our current situation, my surgery was called off, so that's why you're getting more and more me talking this year. I thought I was gonna have to stop after a few weeks, but yeah, no, it's not been like that because of COVID. I would have liked to get it done, but hey, it is how it is. But I gotta talk about this game, so there's a plus. I gotta talk more about this game, so that's a plus. I really enjoyed this. It's such a good experience. I really enjoyed it. I haven't had this experience with games in years. Oh man, the last time I had it would be with like Xenoblade, but then I had, obviously, but that's an older game. Like, that game was out for a while, you know? I haven't had this experience with a brand new game in forever, like literally probably 3 or 4 years. So it's been great. It's been a great experience. I've really enjoyed this game, everything about it. I would give it a perfect score. Now that's entirely biased. I understand it's probably not a perfect score if you were to look at it objectively, but that's not what I'm all about, bro. It's like a perfect 11 out of 10 game, okay? I loved everything about this game. Oh, it was fantastic, man. And I got Infernape back. Finally. Like, oh my god. Oh, I missed him, man. He's my favourite mon. Rep Infernape, boys. Rep Infernape. I changed his name, though, boys. I changed his name. I usually go for the 4-year-old me's name for him, which was Son Goku. But because of me watching Avatar, we went for Iroh this time around when I decided to play Pearl. Which is I think is a good name. I think Iroh is a good name. I think it fits. I think it's more shorter, so it's easier to say. I think it's good. So, Rep, I just really enjoyed this game, honestly. Fantastic. Chef's kiss once again. Chef's kiss. Ilka really did a good job, and I can't wait to see what they do next. And Legends Arceus is coming out in less than like 48 days, I think, is what I saw on social media before I recorded this. So I think it's 48 days or so. So let's go. Alright, we're going to have so much to talk about with that game, man. I'm just so excited. And then this was a great supplement to that game. And you know what, Ilka? Fair play. Fair play. Although I will say, if they do continue to do 2 versions, unless it's another Gen 4 game, I probably won't buy 2 versions. Hopefully though you enjoyed this game as much as I did. If not, that's fine, obviously. But I am planning to talk about different games and different mediums a lot. So if you want to stick around and subscribe and get more content from me, I would be very grateful. And leave a like if you enjoyed this video. And sat through a nostalgic man rambling about his childhood for 25 minutes. You know, like, if you want more of that, that's what I'll be doing for the rest of the time. So yeah. Oh man, loved it. And I remembered to get tea for this, so we're oh, that's the good stuff.